Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a research psychologist and a teacher of psychology, counseling and life coaching for the last several years. I receive emails from my students from all over the world pretty much daily. And some of the questions I like to explore in some of my videos. Previously to that, I was answering one-to-one to students, but lately I realized that it's actually would be more beneficial if I will start making videos addressing those questions, where many of you can hear the answer and perhaps find it useful for your own life. And in today's video, I would like to explore one very important topic, which is actually relevant to my background because I used to work in this area. The topic is, can you help someone who feels suicidal? For example, I have received an email literally yesterday who is saying, my friend is talking about that they feel suicidal. Is there anything I can do? How can I help my friend? So I took some time to actually reflect on this question. And I would like to start my answer with some statistics, just to make you aware of how serious this issue really is. We know we are living the times of pandemic where a lot of people are under pressure of performing or finding a new job because they lost it due to coronavirus situation. Many people had all kinds of problems in their relationships with their families, with their careers, with their plans. It seems like for the last couple of years, or almost couple of years since this pandemic started, it seems like we cannot plan anything. The interesting thing is that even if you're planning something and you got a ticket, for example, a flight ticket to go somewhere, till last moment you are not certain that actually you will go there or not. The whole pandemic situation made us very uncertain about where we are and what to expect in the future and what we can plan. So anyway, I'm deviating a little bit away from this topic, but the point is, many people feel pressurized. Many people experience serious psychological disorders because of this current situation. And sadly, many people decided and committed suicide because of what's happening, because of this pressure. According to the World Health Organization, around 800,000 people die from suicide each year. What does it mean? That means that every 40 seconds on average, someone commits suicide in the world. This is how serious it is, every 40 seconds. So in my previous work, or part of my job, I was volunteering for Samaritans. Samaritans in the UK is a helpline which we call Suicidal helpline. This is where we are trying to help people who are thinking about committing suicide, who don't see any point in living, and out of desperation, perhaps, they call this suicidal helpline to share that they are either in the process of committing suicide or they are planning to do it. So when someone is calling to suicidal helpline, we have a protocol of how we address it. I don't work for Samaritans anymore, and I can share my personal experience of working there, and hopefully this will help you. When you are talking to someone who mentioned that they don't see a point in living, of continuing with this life on earth, they are planning or thinking or already trying to do something about ending their life. When the person would call Samaritans, I would ask, first of all, have you actually taken any steps of committing suicide? For example, did you take some kind of medication? Or did you harm yourself already before you phone us? And if the person would say, yes, for example, I took 50 pills of some kind that potentially could kill this person in the process of talking to me, then my next question would be, do you want me to call an ambulance right now? The point of this question is, some people might change their mind whilst they're talking to you. Perhaps they took a lot of pills and decided that they made a mistake and now they need help, and that's why they called us. So if they did, we would call an ambulance and send it to the person's home address. Of course, we would have to ask for their home address because nothing is revealed to us until the person shares with us about their personal details, including address. So If the person would say, no, they haven't done anything, the next stage of the questioning would be, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your plans. When do you want to commit suicide? Is it today, tomorrow, next week? Then we would ask, how are you going to do it? So share with me what you planned. For example, are you thinking about taking a lot of some kind of medication? So I'm not going to give you any more details for your imagination, but you understand what I'm trying to say. The person is thinking about suicide, but did they think about every detail, how they are going to do it? And this is what you are going to explore. The next question after that would be, okay, so let's imagine you have done it. How long do you think it will take you to die? Who do you think will find your dead body? Would it be a friend or a family member? What they will think or feel when they will find your dead body? Let's talk about your funerals. Who is going to come to your funerals? What people will think or feel, especially your family and friends, when they realize that you committed suicide and you died. Then we can go to the next stage and explore their personal beliefs. Beliefs that are related to religion, spirituality. What do you think will happen when you die? Are you going into some kind of a deep sleep? Or you have personal beliefs that somebody will meet you there, perhaps your spirit guides, or perhaps your family members who already crossed over. So anything, we will explore anything what you personally believe. Why are we asking all these questions? Why are we exploring in detail what will happen to the person, to their friends, to their family, to the funerals, who's gonna find them, how this process will take place? The point is, the person who is feeling severely depressed, and usually is the case, or suicidal, they have some kind of a tunnel vision. They see narrow picture in front of them, where only they exist in a picture, and their personal circumstances, and their personal life, which is awful in their mind because they don't want to carry on any longer. The person who feels suicidal do not see any big picture. And that's the point. This is what we are trying to achieve. We are trying to make the person to realize that there is a bigger picture around them. It's not only about them. It's about the family and the friends and the connection and the life overall. We're trying to expand their tunnel vision. That's what we are doing. So the interesting point is that many people who call suicidal helpline, and not just call suicidal helpline, but also people who would talk to you or talk to someone about their suicide, about they want to die, and if you exploring all this in details, it might be enough to change their mind. When the person sees a bigger picture, suddenly they realize they are not 100% about dying anymore. They're not certain they want to end their life here. There might be some kind of chance to make their life a little bit better and to continue. Some people become afraid of dying, afraid of what will happen. And that might be enough to take the person out of that state. So, and the next stage, which would be kind of a final stage, is you exploring the problems. What is it that pressured them in going into this situation? What problems they have that make them feel suicidal? And usually these problems would be related to something like relationships. Possibly there was a recent breakup or divorce. There is a pressure of, for example, if the person has children and they cannot see their children, that might be a pressure as well, when they don't see that there is any point and any more opportunity or any chance to fight for something that they should have. There might be a financial struggle, which is very relevant to these times of pandemic, when the person would lose their job and their primary income, and they cannot find anything else for a while. Or this might be other personal circumstance. But as I said, usually it is related to relationships, family matters, and financial situation. And when you're exploring those personal problems and issues, this is where you explore the potential solutions to these problems. Is there anything you can do? So basically you are providing a therapy, some form of therapy to that person. When the person sees a bigger picture of their life, suddenly they will start having access to more solutions in their mind, what it is possible to achieve. If it's something to do with a breakup or divorce, then you can help them to see a bigger picture where many people are going through separation and divorce, but continuing to live and to find the next mate, and that happens all around us. If it's something to do with a financial hardship, again, you're exploring, is there anything else they can do? Even if it means borrowing money for a while from friends or family, or finding some other source of income or help, even from charities. So my point is, you're exploring with them, you're not trying to find solutions for them. They have the answers, but because of their narrow tunnel vision, because of this suicidal thinking, you can say, they do not have access to those answers at that time when they approached you. But when you help them to expand a bigger vision, this is where they have direct access to more potential solutions. So, and after this conversation, whether it's on the phone or whether it's a face-to-face, you let the person that you are thinking about them, you care about them, and they can approach you tomorrow or the day after or whenever they need to talk about it. So basically, this is how you support a person with suicidal thinking. Well, I hope this video was helpful and interesting or informative, and something that you can use in the future if someone approached you, or whether you are working as a therapist or a psychologist and you will have a conversation with someone who is thinking about committing suicide, ending their life. Do you have any personal stories that you would like to share with us? Do you have any other advice to people who are dealing with or communicating with people who are depressed or suicidal? I'll be very interested in your answers. Please post them in the comments below, and we will all share them between us. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet, and I will see you in my next video.